Hi there, this is Karen with inspiredbygraham.com. Welcome to my channel, and today is our Simple Stamping Sunday card. It's using the beautiful Dragonfly Garden stamp set and also the Dragonflies punch. So let's take a look at both of these. We've got the stamp set here, and we also have the punch. So I love this where you can punch out two different dragonflies at the same time to get a large and a smaller one. And then they do punch out the images here from the stamp set. We're going to use this image here, the floral one. You are an inspiration. And we're also going to use the punch here. So let's just take a quick look at the card we're going to create today for our simple stamping card. So we're using purple Posy. We got some basic gray and also some In Good Taste Designer Series paper. So the pattern that I'm using from the In Good Taste Designer Series paper is this one right up here. This paper pack is huge. It's got 24 different designs for you to choose from. So a super fun wood grain tile textured background paper. So let's go over the measurements for the card. I've got purple Posy cut 4 1/4 by 11, scored at 5 1/2. And then I have another piece of that purple Posy, which I've already embossed with the Tasteful Textile embossing folder. Just gives a nice little background. And then we've got the next layers here. We've got the In Good Taste Designer Series paper, which is 3 by 4. And it's going to be adhered to basic gray, which is 3 1/4 by 4 1/4. And then I've got some scrap basic white, some vellum, and some purple Posy. And we also can't forget our medium basic white envelope. So we're going to do some stamping, then we'll do some punching, and then we'll assemble our card. I'm going to need some scrap paper here to protect my work surface. So we're going to decide which way you want your designer series paper. I think that this darker image should be on the bottom, so that's what I'm going to do. I'm using Smoky Slate as my ink color. Here's that gorgeous floral stamp, and I've got this mounted on a H block, so barely fits. And I'm going to stamp right over here in the left corner up high. Okay, I'm just going to give it a second for that ink to transfer to the designer series paper. And then there you go. Like, this is the ticket for a stamp. Look at this, it's so beautiful. You can also color this in if you would want to. However, I'm just going to use mine just like with the Smoky Slate. All right, so now what we're going to do, we're going to stamp on the inside of that purple Posy, the same thing. So very simple stamping, like I said. Again, we're going to ink up that large stamp, and then I'm going to stamp right over here in the left corner. All right, so that image looks perfectly fine, and then we're going to stamp again with the Smoky Slate, and I'm stamping right on that medium basic white envelope. I'm using scrap paper here to protect my work surface so that the ink does not stamp right on my desk. And then the final stamping we're going to do is we're going to stamp the sentiment, "You are an inspiration," on a piece of white. And I've got this cut 3 1/4 inches by, I don't know, it's about 2 or 2 1/4. I'm going to cut this down after I stamp it. Okay, so that gives me a lot of room on the left and the right side so I can trim it down. All right, so let's put our ink away, and we're going to assemble the card. So we're going to get the easy step done first. We're going to adhere the designer series paper and stamp image to that basic gray. I'm going to use the Tombow liquid glue to do that. I'm just going to add some right to the back of that paper. And then this is just going to be adhered right down to the basic gray and distributed evenly top, bottom, left, and right. And then let's take the embossed paper. It's tone on tone, of course, and we're just going to add our adhesive right to the back side of that panel. And then this gets adhered right down to the card front, equal distance all the way around. This one here, we're going to pop up with some dimensionals. So I've got my Stampin' dimensionals. You'll need 5 because it's a rather large piece and we don't want it to buckle in the middle. So we'll add a dimensional there to support the middle of that card. You can use your take your pick tool to take off the backings of those dimensionals very easily, or you can just use your thumbnail to give it a good press like this. If you don't have that, take your pick tool, and then it should come off very easily for you. All right, so now we're going to layer this right onto the card front. Okay, and then we're going to take this piece here and we're going to angle cut it over to the side. I'm going to trim this down the top just a little bit, and then we're going to snip that down just like that. And this is going to get layered right here. I'm going to actually add it right onto the card front, and I'm going to have it come off the edge of the right side just a little bit. They're about, I don't know, maybe 1/4 of an inch or so. And I totally forgot my embellishments, so I've got to run over and grab those for you. We will be using the metallic pearls. So let me just grab those real quick. A little bit different from the card design I did show you. So we've got these. We have them in gold or silver. But first we need to use that punch to create our dragonflies. So to do that, I've got a piece of vellum big enough that will fit both of those images here. And then I'm just going to hover over just to make sure it's all filled in, which it is. So we'll just punch those out real quick. And the dragonfly is so small that you don't want to lose it. It's very, very tiny. So put those two together. And then we want to punch out another very small baby. I call it the baby dragonfly. And we're going to add that one on top of the this vellum, the large vellum one here. So let's take some multi-purpose liquid glue. You just need a little dot of it, not very big. Add it to here. All right, and then we're going to flip it over, and you want to put adhesive right where that purple is showing. That way you won't see it on the other side when it dries. We're going to angle that dragonfly right up here, and I'm going to extend it over the edge just a little bit. Okay, while that's drying, we're going to add the other vellum dragonfly with a little bit of multi-purpose liquid glue. Flip it around, and I'm going to adhere it right over here off to the corner and press it in place. Now I'm going to add those. I'm going to go with the silver color. I think that will look good with the gray. We're just going to add one right there. And then we're going to add another one, if I can grab it. There we go, right here. So we've got two little dragonflies with those metallic silver pearls. Okay, and then here is our envelope. Now, if you wanted to, you could add some designer series paper from the In Good Taste. You could add it here if you want, a small little strip to dress up the inside, but I think it looks perfectly fine as is, and we're going to go with that design. So here is the card that I had made for you earlier, and here is the complete card with the matching envelope. So I hope you learned something new with my Simple Stamping Sunday project, and I hope you be well. Thank you.